everyone, it's Sam here. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Divine Designs. Today we're going to be creating the foil ombre nail design. This is kind of fall inspired just with the colors and everything, but honestly it can be worn at any time. I will have a list of the products that I used in the description below, as well as I will be providing a link to my Facebook page and my Instagram page. So if you wanted to jump on there and look at some of the past designs that I've created, if you'd like to see them recreated, just let me know. Also, if you enjoy this video and you want to see more of me, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy. All right, guys, so this is how I mix these two colors. One's more of like a skin tone, the other one's more of an orange, just to get more of a peach color. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix up a batch before we get started. Just make sure you stir all your colors, mix all your colors before. Sometimes the oils, sometimes you get a little bit of separation in there, so you just want to make sure everything's mixed together properly. That looks like a good color. All right, so I put that to the side. So we're gonna get started with the VChen foil gel. So basically what this is you apply it, it's for transfer foil, but I find it really handy for any kind of foils, anything that you're gonna press onto the nail. It acts like a glue. It's very, very tacky. So I'm just gonna apply this all over any of the nails that will have any foil on them. I was just going to start with half, and then I was thinking, no, you know what, let's just go all the nails so then I can place that foil where I need it. So I'll just skip through some of this. Okay, so now that we have the foil gel put on all the nails, I'm going to go ahead and I have a bronze foil and I have a gold foil. So I'm going to sporadically just place the gold and the bronze at least halfway up the nail. You kind of want to go as far up as you can, but remember these ones are going to be ombre, so I don't want them to be too far up to the cuticle. We want to kind of blend it in. Don't mind my nails either. This was COVID, and COVID nails had me like, you know. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to place this, and we'll just fast forward through some of this. right, so I'm going to bring back that peach color, and we're going to start to ombre these two. As you can see, I didn't go all the way up to the cuticle, so that'll give me a good base in the cuticle area to get a good strong peach color and then fade off. You kind of want to see the gold in behind the peach, kind of gives you that ombre illusion as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply it all over these nails from the cuticle about halfway down. And then I'm going to come in with some Scmelt It from Ugly Duckling. It's a blooming gel. I find it really helps when it ombreing one color into a clear. So I'll just butt up the blooming gel to this peach color as soon as I've got enough coverage. Oh, missed the side there. You don't need to worry about it being so covered the first time. You can always go over to second time. I try to avoid going over to second time though, as that can kind of cause the nail to get a little bulky. So try to get it as good as you can the first time around. And then you're not going to be applying layers and layers of gel. So I'm butting it up. I kind of went out of focus here. Sorry about that, guys. But basically I'm just butting that up into that peach color. And then I'm going to come in with my ombre brush. It's made for ombreing, so it's thinned out at the top so that it's less of a strong brush. I'll just kind of show you. This one's from Ugly Duckling as well. I do like their brushes. And again, I'm out of focus. Okay. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to show you. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, it's thinned out at the top. All right, so I'm just going to go in and I'm going to brush it back and forth very gently and working it down into that blooming gel. Did lose a little bit of foil there, no worries. And then I'm just going to fast forward. So this is going to be the middle finger. So I'm just using this old round brush. Doesn't have to be anything special, but this is what I like to use to pick up this kind of stuff and flakes and blending out and stuff. So I'm just using the Galaxy Flake from VChen here. They all come in different colors. Of course, the colors are they all kind of look the same when it's on clear or white. When it's on a black background, however, they really do show their colors. So like this one would be more of a purpley blue, possibly a little bit of orange in this one. So I'm just going in more around the core of this nail, and I am just loading it with this this Galaxy Flake. It just kind of gives it an iridescent shine, making it just a little bit different, really good for marbles. And then I'm going to go in with the bronze and the gold flake again, and I'm going to go out around the edges of this core and just kind of fill in any of the gaps with the gold flake. This stuff is so fine, it goes everywhere, so it does make quite a mess. but I thoroughly enjoy it. It's so versatile. It can be used with anything. Alright, so I'm just going to go in and keep patting on these this foil bronze, and then I'm going to switch up to gold. I can fast forward through some of this for you. Alright, so I'm going to add a layer of Schmelted Clear from Ugly Duckling, the blooming gel that we used for the ombre. I'm just going to put a coat over this nail. What that's going to do is it's going to allow the peach color to kind of bloom and give more of a marbled effect. I really like to use this Schmelted for marbling. It does help, and it kind of lets all the gel relax and kind of create those nice faded lines that you want. So getting good coverage, you don't want to apply too much, but just enough that it's going to bloom. If you don't have enough on there, the gel that you apply on top of it won't actually bloom out. So I'm just going to take this peach and then we're just going to drag it across, just kind of dabbing it and dragging it across. It will bloom out, it will relax, just give it some time. So I'm just creating little lines and filling in some of the bare areas. Just want to make sure that these are very faded, and then we will cure this under the light for 30 seconds. Alright, so I'm just going to apply another layer of that blooming gel from Ugly Duckling. It's called Schmelted. And then I'm going to go in with a detailer brush. I'm going to take that peach, and I just want to kind of crisp up some of the lines, just make them more distinguished from the faded peach in the background. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply thicker lines and crisp those up a bit. And then I'm also going to come in with some gel play from Akzents. It's white, and what that'll do is it'll just highlight any of those lines, just making everything just a little bit more crisp so you can notice the marbling effect. You don't want to follow these lines too much. You want to kind of crisscross and overlay the same way it would in nature with marbling. You don't want everything to be perfect. There's something I've learned with artwork over the years, and that is that the less you nitpick and the less you try to make it perfect, the more perfect it comes out. All right, so here is the gel play white. It's a gel paint, so it's a lot higher pigment than the regular colors. I'm just kind of mixing it in with that peach. I don't want it to be too white, but I do want it to offset and highlight the peach that is already currently on there. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to drag it and make some highlighted lines. Again, the more shaky that hand is, the more realistic it will look. You don't want fluid lines. Marbling, granite, they're all very sporadic. And here's some more white, just a little bit more white than I'm coming in with. I think this is just pure white at this moment. It's just going to give me those crisp lines. And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to cure it. Okay, so there's the finished product of the marble nail. I'm going to put it back on my magnetic stand here. And then we're going to go ahead and do the pinky nail, which will be all peach. So I'm just going to take that peach color and I'm just going to do the whole nail. All right, so now I'm taking the pointer finger, the index finger, and I'm just applying some peach to this nail. Basically this is just going to be a base for the full gold. We'll be taking a dip powder. I got it off of Amazon. It applies more like a dip powder. They said it was chrome, but it's a sparkly gold. And we do need a tacky layer for adhesion for this. So I'm just going to take a makeup applicator. I'm going to dip the applicator into the chrome and then I'm going to rub it onto the nail. You just want to make sure you're getting it all over. And as you're rubbing, you don't want to apply too much pressure because what this can do is it'll drag the product off of the nail and we don't want that. We don't want splotches. So try to be really gentle during this process. Just rubbing circular motions back and forth until you get full coverage. Apply a little bit more to the applicator and then you can start kind of applying a little bit of pressure to make sure that it sets into that gel. And now I'm just taking my finger and I'm just rubbing off any of the excess. And I want to make sure that any of that excess that isn't in the nail is getting embedded into that tacky layer. So there you go, that's what it looks like. And then we're just going to go over it with some top coat. In this one, I'm actually using, it's a new product, MasterTech Systems. I get it from Lightworks Aesthetics. It's their new line. So I just wanted to test it out and I am applying the top coat over this nail. This nail is complete at this point. I find their top coat's actually very thin. Makes for really smooth application. I actually rather enjoy their products. They have MasterTech Systems, they have the builder gels, they have paints, which are super pigmented. Also very fond of those. So here I'm just applying some top coat to the pinky nail. We applied 2 coats of the peach already, so I'm just going to go over and I'm going to apply some top coat to this nail. So I think in this one I actually applied 2 layers of top coat, and the reason being is because I kind of put it with the rest of the nails and I felt like it needed a little something something. It was a little bland for my taste. So I came in afterwards and I put a ring around it. So I'll show you later. So I'm just going to top coat the rest of these nails. Curing each one for 30 seconds. Okay, so here's the cured pinky nail. I'm going to come in with some transfer foil gel, and I'm just going to go and outline the entire nail. So now I'm going to come in, I have that line around the border of this nail. I'm going to come back in with this dip powder, and then I'm going to just apply it around the edges. So the reason that I top coated first is because this dip powder, or this chrome powder, sorry, does not actually adhere to a top coat. So this just kind of avoids making a mess, and I can get a nice clean line around the nail. So I'm just going around the nail, and then I'm going to come in with a top coat and top coat it again. All right, so here is the finished product. I'm in love with this design. I think it is the coolest, cutest design that I've come up with as of late. So I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe.